Alright, so recording an Ark video. I didn't actually want to record onto or do a voiceover on these videos. I just wanted to make them and, just make them and hopefully have people watch them, and that was it. But as I posted them, it became apparent to me that they're kind of boring, and I guess a lot of people keep watching videos is because people are talking. And so talk a little bit about the video. And what I'm doing here is I didn't plan on making videos. Never had a thought occurred to me to make videos. But as I noticed some things about some of the videos that I saw, I almost felt, in a sense, I guess, obligated to make some videos. I basically saw an opportunity, but not just an opportunity, but an obligation to make some videos. And I chose to make videos about Ark because, well, I like the game. It's a pretty cool game, and I like it. And I also chose to make videos because most of the, and I hate to say this, and I don't want to be the one to say this, I think it's much better just to do something than to give criticism to someone else that might be doing something. But unfortunately, we kind of live in a world, in a sense, where people don't necessarily look to find what's good or look to find what's quality, in a sense. But people tend to look for what's easy, look for what's just put in front of their face, and not look any deeper than that. I made or decided to make some videos on a video game or on Ark because I didn't think the quality of the videos that I've seen were very good. And that's not to say that they're not good in some regards. For instance, a lot of the videos I've seen have been extremely successful. And those videos will probably be way more successful than I'll ever be in these videos. And that's fine. And that's fine. But what I'm kind of disappointed in the videos that I've seen is the quality of the videos. And to a certain extent, if you're going to make videos about, like, for instance, a video game, from my perspective, you should make a video that teaches someone or gives some benefit on how to improve on playing a video game. And a lot of the videos that I see, they don't do that. They don't show someone, how to play a video game. And that doesn't mean, you buy a video game, you can play it however you want. It's yours to play it however you want. But a lot of the people that I've seen, like for instance, play Ark, they don't play it very well, or they don't play it in a way to where they can have the most enjoyment from the game, and they don't play it in a way to where they can be the most successful at the game. Now with Ark, I haven't played Ark that much, and I haven't really been that successful at it. I probably started playing the game started over from the beginning playing the game about five or six times. And in the space of doing that, I basically have started to pick up and learn how to play the game, how to be successful at the game, which is very different than what I thought when I first started playing it. I really didn't have any idea on how to play it. I just played it. But then I've seen videos on people playing Ark, and in my opinion, they may have done more things in the game. They may have gotten farther in the game, but they don't really play it, in my opinion, well. They don't play it in a way that shows others that might find difficulty in the game or whatnot, how to basically play the game. Um, and so I'm basically, what I sought to do was to make a video or make a series of videos that basically just give some suggestions on how to play the game and how to be successful at it. And, you know, again, the reason I did that, because I didn't see anything that was out there. Like, for instance, there's videos I've seen that, and keep in mind, when you see videos on a video game or anything that's, you know, on the internet, I guess, so to speak, there's different types of videos. There's some videos, and the majority of the videos that are, you know, on the internet, they're for entertainment. They're for entertainment purposes and entertainment purposes only. And if that's what you're going to do, is make videos just to entertain, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's fine. But for me, when I play a video game or when I do anything, I want to seek to understand the best way to do it. I want to understand what's the point of this? What's the purpose of this? Of course, with a video game, it's just enjoyment. But how am I going to benefit people from doing this? With me, the best thing I got going for me is I can understand things and I can learn things, and I usually can make observation about things that most people don't even see. They don't even get. And, you know, that's me. And to me, if you're going to make a video on playing a video game, you ought to at least illustrate or bring something to the table that teaches others, you know, maybe how to play a game, so to speak. I mean, to give you an example, I can understand people saying about Ark that Ark is maybe one of the most difficult games as far as video games go, on playing it. I can understand someone saying it's a really hard game. And I disagree with that. I think Ark, I mean, just like any sandbox game, is probably the easiest type of video game there is to play. It's a simple game. The difficulty in it is you have this world that is so immensely large and so immensely overwhelming. And what the game does is it overwhelms your senses, and it overwhelms your ability to be able to, in a sense, think, or to be able to understand, or try and figure out, or wrap your arms around what to do in the game. And that's the most, I think, difficult part in the game, is to not be overwhelmed by it. And I believe once that feeling of overwhelmingness, so to speak, leaves, or you seek to not focus on that aspect of the game, it's a very simple, very easy game. You take, for instance, some older game, like, for instance, Super Mario or something like that. That is a very, very difficult game, because you go so far, if you don't succeed, you basically have to restart the level. And you just do that over and over and over again. And there's only one way, so to speak, through a level, and you've got to accomplish certain things, and if you don't accomplish it, you don't beat the level. That kind of game is very, very difficult. Ark, on the other hand, where you can have different strategies or utilize different strategies, or there is no timer, so to speak. You can take as much time as you want to win the game, so to speak, or to progress through the game. That's very easy. That can be very easy. But the thing of it is about Ark, is you can be your own worst enemy. You can basically defeat yourself in just how you play. But let me talk a little bit about, and again, I'm not trying to criticize anybody, and I'm not trying to say that people's videos are bad, so to speak, because there's different ways to measure what's a good video. You could say, well, how successful is a video? How popular is a video? And that's one way to gauge how good something is. And there's a lot of successful, or using that criteria, good videos out there. And they're probably going to be a lot better than this video, so to speak. But that's not really what I'm not. And then there's also people that entertain, that just show, silly things that are happening, or things that they can do, or whatnot. And that's, another type of video, so to speak, where people are just entertaining others. And then, but to me, again, to reiterate, I want to teach something. And there's videos out there that seek to teach and whatnot. One example, but how can I say this? There's some videos, like, to give you some example, there's some videos that will show you how to build a really neat base. And if you're into that kind of thing, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being into that kind of thing and wanting to show off how you can build and things like that. And, maybe you like that kind of thing. But needing to build a big or super giant base is not really necessary, and it's kind of a hindrance when you're playing Ark, so to speak, which I'll go into it a little bit later. You don't have to make some wonderful base. In fact, you can't even make a base out of metal or tech material, or even stone for that matter, when you first start. You've got to use simple, basic materials when you first start. And in truth, you basically want to use the simplest materials you can. You don't want to sit here and make some base out of metal if you don't have to. You don't want to build some base out of tech if you don't have to. That's just a waste of time. And then there's some individuals that'll have videos about what's the best base location. Like, where do you want to build a base? Well, that's not really a proper question either. Because excuse me. That's not really a proper question either. Because you don't necessarily want to build a base in one place. You want to build bases all over the place. But, kind of when I first started playing Ark, that's what I would do. I'd build one base in one location, and I'd keep coming back to that same base. But then I'd run into problems. I'd run out of room for resources, and I'd have to expand the base. Alright, now I stopped recording for a moment, and I'm picking it up again. So I was saying how base location isn't really, it's not really important, like where you build a base. But that basically suggests that you're going to only build one base. And that's kind of really not a good way to play Ark. I've even seen videos on when individuals won't build a base when they first start playing Ark. They basically wait to build a base and then kind of go for, where their, base headquarters is, where they want that to be. And that's kind of not really a good way to play Ark either. Now, the thing of it is when I say stuff like that, like, oh, there's videos on this and, people doing this, and I, basically say, well, that's not a good way to play Ark. You may be like, well, who's this guy? Who is he to say, how you play a game or whatnot? And, that's a good question. guess I'm just nobody really, I guess, in a sense. But the thing of it is I'm looking at it from the point of view of, if you look at, for instance, like history, like Ark, you know, for instance, the island, which I'm playing here, it's a pretty big chunk of land. And, you know, in the past, there's been other pieces of land where people have kind of tried to conquer and try to basically take control of the environment, so to speak, which in Ark, that's exactly what you're doing. You're trying to basically control the island. And nobody in the past, in trying to control a piece of land, would say, well, let's build one castle and we're going to try and control all of, let's say, for instance, North America by building one castle. And we're going to build this one castle and we're going to go out and get supplies all over North America, and we're going to stockpile those supplies in one castle, one headquarters, one fort. Nobody in their right mind, historically, would ever do that. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever at all. But in Ark, people, including myself, and people make videos where they have this idea that you're going to make this one base, and you're going to headquarters everything there, and you're going to dominate the island or any map in Ark from one base. And that's ludicrous. And the thing of it is Ark isn't just one island in the game. There's different islands. So you're basically talking about, you look at our solar system where you have the Earth and Mercury and Mars and Saturn and Neptune and different planets. And in Ark, you've got multiple maps. And it's kind of like, in a sense, one of these maps is not as big as the Earth, no doubt. But you're basically simply like saying, I'm going to take over the solar system. I'm going to take over control of all the different planets. And I'm going to do it from one castle. And that just doesn't make any sense. That's just, you're setting yourself up for failure. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. What I'm looking to do is, Ark is a great game, in my opinion. It's a cheap game. It's very cheap. I mean, you can pick up, and I don't want to sit here and talk about money, but I feel like I'm forced that I have to. You can pick up Ark for $20 or $30, and you can get, DLC packs with that at the same time, or spend not that much more in addition, and you get this huge game. And, from between 20 to 50 bucks, you get this huge game where you could play for years. You could just play this thing for years. And the thing of it is that's a great value. But the thing of it is let's step back and look at a different game. You look at, for instance, Minecraft. Minecraft is a sandbox game. It's basically identical to Ark. It's identical. I mean, the way that you, in my opinion, should play Minecraft is the same way that you should play Ark. It's no different. It's a sandbox game. Now, if you look at the game of Minecraft, I don't have, TVs inside people's homes where people are playing the game of Minecraft, but I look at my home, and I've got some kids, and they've played Minecraft in the past, and on occasion I've played with them, and I've seen videos on TV of people playing Minecraft. And again, Minecraft's a great game too. It's just like Ark. You can pick Minecraft up for $20 or $30, and you can play that game for years. But here's the thing. Nobody's interested in a sense of playing Minecraft for years, in a sense. You have videos of, let me show you how fast I can beat Minecraft. So what you're telling me is I want to go spend 20 or 30 bucks on a game, and I want to beat it as fast as I can? For what? Why would I do that? So I can what? Go spend 20 or 30 bucks and buy another game and pop on a tutorial on how to beat this game and as fast as I can? For what? to spend more money to buy another game to beat it as fast as I can? It doesn't make any sense. You basically want to buy a game and enjoy it and savor it and get the most money out of it that you possibly can without wasting your time. The thing of it is what I would see with my kids when they played Minecraft is they played Minecraft, they'd do a bunch of stuff, they'd beat certain things, they'd find villages, they'd build houses, they'd build a village, they'd build castles, and then they get bored with it. And then they'd start another world, and they'd do the same stuff again, and then they'd get bored with it, and then they'd do the same thing again. And then eventually they'd quit playing Minecraft. Now, they wouldn't really quit playing Minecraft. They'd play on servers online where it would use the game of Minecraft as a base, and they'd play, like different games that are built on the Minecraft game, but they wouldn't actually be playing Minecraft. They'd be utilizing the game's mechanics, but they wouldn't be playing the game where they created a world and they just played the game. Now, the thing of it is it's the same thing with Ark in a sense. You can, now here's the thing. Now my kids, they've played the game of Minecraft and they've beaten the game and they've done that. They haven't beaten the game of Ark. I haven't beaten the game of Ark, which is no big deal. And again, why would I make videos if I haven't even beaten the game? Well, I played the game and I learned enough stuff to where I learned how to play it to where I'm like, I'm going to beat this game. And I'm going to do it, pretty easily. Now, it's going to take time, but I'm going to be able to, I can sense I'm going to be able to beat Ark, and I might only die a handful of times, or despawn, a handful of times. Like, for instance, I'm making videos here where I've gotten, they're about 35 to 50 minutes long. I've only uploaded 2. Now I'm going back through and doing a voiceover over the first one, and I'll do the voiceover over the other ones that I've gotten. I've gotten like 10 videos. So I've got about 10 hours of playing this Ark game. And I've only died a couple of times or despawned 2 times at the beginning, and 1 other time that isn't in the videos. And for the most part, when I despawned in the beginning, I was just spawning on the island and just kind of died accidentally or despawned accidentally. But as I play this, I can tell that I can play in a way to where I'll never despawn. Now, that's not to say under the ocean isn't difficult or in the caves isn't difficult, because it is. But you can play this game in a way to where you'll never despawn. It's not a hard game. It's pretty simple. Now, the thing of it is like with Minecraft, nobody plays Minecraft anymore, in a sense. You don't see videos of people just, here, let's just play Minecraft. What you see videos is let me do this super build, let me do this super, base where I've got all these chests labeled with all different things in it, and every chest where I put different things in it are labeled. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But what ends up happening is you defeat the game. You kind of defeat it. It's like, for instance, in Minecraft, and I'm sure to a certain extent on Ark, you can make farming systems to where you can just farm materials, to where, I've seen one, it's pretty ingenious, to where people have had, like tech animals, and they've been having them lay eggs, and those eggs have hatched out, and then they basically, kill the young. And basically what they're doing is they're harvesting tech materials. They're harvesting metal, they're farming element dust, they're farming, meat, they're farming hide. Excuse me just a second. Now the thing of it is when you utilize farming techniques like that, where you're kind of cheating the game or using a trick or using a hack, what you basically do is you render the game useless. It's you've defeated it. You've taken out, you've kind of sucked the life out of the game, and now the game is in a sense worthless. Which it doesn't matter what you say or what you think or what I say. What ends up happening is you don't want to play the game anymore. You're bored. You're tired of it, and you don't want to play it because you've defeated it. It's lost its interest. It's lost its excitement. And the thing of it is what I'm interested in is I'm interested in a type of gameplay and a type of video that's easy, which another word for that is it's boring, and it has techniques that basically allow the game to be beaten with the minimal effort, where you don't have to work that hard. Now, in a game like Ark or a game like Minecraft, you know, a sandbox type game, you know, it's a grind. I mean, that's in a sense what the game is it's a grind. Make no mistake about it. You're just grinding, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't want to grind needlessly. I don't want to, you know, go halfway across the game or the map in Ark and then, you know, run into some kind of trouble and I despawn and I've got to start over back at my base and then go back and try and get my inventory off of my body. And when I'm trying to do that, I run into some trouble again and I despawn and I have to go through that process again. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to play the game when I feel like it and have a simple, relaxed game that's easy. I don't have to come up with some kind of, I don't know, trick or hack in order to defeat it. You know, it's just like a lot of servers that you see, you get on those and there's all kinds of, you know, modifications to the server settings to where it's like ridiculous. And again, that kind of defeats the game entirely. But, you know, the whole idea is to basically be able to play Ark and play it in a way to where it makes sense and it's fun and it's easy, and anybody, which again, it's not a hard game, and the whole point is to illustrate how anybody can play this game and, you know, be successful at it. And what this video is here, it's just a video. What the plan is here is to make a series of me just simply playing Ark. I'm not like some spectacularly gifted player or something like that. Playing Ark, and the idea is to show a way in which you can play Ark to where it simplifies it. And it makes it easy. It makes it to where the game is attainable. And for instance here, which this is just me playing the game. And one thing to comment on when you're watching this video, this isn't, it's one of the things I'd like to kind of give some tips on how to play this game. And the whole point is who am I, so to speak? What importance is it of me? Who am I to be able to say how to play this game or don't play the game? And the thing of it is the proof in a sense is in the pudding. And the plan here for me is just to play this game and to show you how to do it. And like for instance right here, when you first start, it's very boring. And Ark, you're basically just getting in a position to where you can just get resources. I mean, first you've got to be able to tame dinosaurs to where you can more effectively collect resources. And as you're it takes some time to go down that road to progress to the point to where you can basically accumulate resources. But then once you start heading down that road, it's things just kind of snowball and get bigger and bigger, and it's pretty easy. But nonetheless, it's still a grind. But basically, the point here is just to make some videos of me playing Ark. Nothing spectacular, nothing extraordinary, and basically just to show in a way how to basically play Ark. And this is a single player game that I'm playing, which I recommend. Like I said, I've never even beaten Ark. So in my opinion, other than if I wanted to play with some friends together, online, to me it doesn't even make sense to be on a server. I mean, the only point of using a server is just so that you can meet up with people that you know around the globe that you want to just play a game with together. I mean, that's, to me, the only real reason why you would play on a server. Now, again, that doesn't seem like why anybody plays on a server. It just seems like people go on a server because they want to harass or whatever. And this is single player. This is what I'm looking to play, is single player, because like I said, I've never even beaten a game before. So why would I even be on a server? And I'm not really interested in being on a server because I'm just interested in using the game for enjoyment and to play it. But like I said, I've seen other people play it, and the way it gets played, it just doesn't, it's just, to me, is not the way to play it. And it's just the same thing with Minecraft. I see people play Minecraft, and it's just really not the right way to play Minecraft. And who knows, maybe in the future I'll make videos on that, but it's just, there's just a different way to play, and basically what I've seen, I just disagree. And now here's the thing: when I've played Ark, I've played it exactly the same way. When I first started, I played exactly the same way that people make videos on. But to me, it's just the videos that I've seen on people playing Ark, on basically everything that I've seen, it's just not a very mature way to play it. And in a sense, when you're got the ability to make videos, you've got the ability to share information, it doesn't make sense for us as a people not to kind of learn how to play a game in a good way, or in a way that's extremely beneficial. Like, for instance, to me, one of the neat things I've seen on servers is like people, exchanging goods. I mean, that's really neat. I've never really seen it, play out, but I've heard of people do, and that's a really cool thing to me. But that's what this video is about. It's just me playing Ark, and again, the whole point of it is it's intended to be boring. Now, I've gone through these videos, and I hope to continue to do so, and I've edited these videos extremely much, but I've done it in a way to where you can't really tell that they've been edited. And and again, this is not, when you make a video, you don't necessarily want to talk about you making a video, but the thing of it is I've made the videos in a way to where you can watch them, because in order to illustrate what I want to illustrate, it's gonna, it's a lot of hours. I mean, playing Ark is a lot of hours. It's a big game, and the intent here is so that a few individuals might end up watching the videos and hopefully learn something, so to speak. And I'm just trying to show, in a sense, how to play. That's all, and give some suggestions on that. But here I am now. I've just spawned, and the thing of it is on the island. And here's the thing: I've got some kind of big plans for these videos, and I'd like to play Ark in a way that I've never seen it played. That doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't seen people play in the elements. or with elements in the way that which I'm going to play. But it's just different. It's just I'm planning on playing it in a different way, and I don't want to kind of reveal how I want to kind of roll things out, so to speak. Which it's just there's no secret to it. It's just simple gameplay. But I foresee that in the future, 30, 40 episodes maybe into this thing or more, that you're... What the heck? Hang on just a minute.